Hey ladies, how are you?
Good. Well.
Cool. Well, with us today is someone you might recognize, especially if you watched last season. This is Victoria Brooks, and she kicked it hard last season. So she's here to share some advice with you guys on your life after mission and how to maintain your momentum right now. So hi, Vicky.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm gonna cut to the chase. So will you tell us your numbers? Like, where did you start your journey, and how much weight did you lose?
I believe I started at 225 and I ended the show at 183. Nice. I lost over 30 inches.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This
That's
is great.
Awesome. So where are you now? Because you look great.
Thank you. Right now I'm at 170.
Okay. Nice.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your journey and how you kept it up afterwards.
Well, one of the things that prepared me the most was something Adriana told us when she was training us. She said, "You're all gonna gain weight." And she basically, I was shocked when she said that, because I was like, no, I'm not about that life. I'm keeping this off. But she was like, no, it's a natural thing. When the cameras are gone, when you're not getting weight every week, when I'm not there making you do the workout, you're gonna gain. And the point that I'm here for is to make sure that you get as small as possible so that when you do gain that 5 pounds, it's not gonna be that big a deal, and you'll know, because I've taught you, how to bring it back down. So, like, when the show was over, it was interesting because I didn't gain weight. I actually lost 5 pounds, like, right away.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it was because the stress of the finale was over. I was able to really calm down, and I was like, okay. And at the time, I was working out with some friends from work. And then when that ended, I did kind of get complacent. I stopped working out as much, and I gained a little bit of weight. I gained 7 pounds. And when I saw that on the scale, like, I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back to double digits. I'm not going back to the person I was before. So right away, I started training myself again. I got back to the gym. I got back to the park that I worked out with Adriana at, and I started training all over again. And because people at work were seeing my success, they were like, can we train with you too?
Nice.
And it's something that kind of keeps you accountable when you have other people who are watching and other people who are trying to get to where you are too. So I lost it again, and I lost more. And my new goal is now 149.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I'll get there by May.
Yes.
That's right. Good confidence. I like that.
Thank you.
So I'm sure you ladies probably have some questions for Victoria before we gear up for our run. So I'll let you ask away.
So what kind of things are you doing now?
For the most part, I run, I walk. For my birthday month, I did a run, walk, bike challenge where it was 10 miles a day, every day for the month of October.
Oh,
Wow. 10
And-
miles is a lot of miles.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was kind of ambitious. I did not get through the entire month because my legs started really, really hurting. But, I mean, I gave it my best shot. And on those days that I couldn't quite get to 10, I would do 5. And I would do 7. Or I would do 4. I would do as much as I possibly could. And I didn't let myself feel like I failed because I did as much as I could. And then the next month, you do something else. And the next month
setting
you
goals
do.
is
Yes.
a great way. Little milestone goals, it keeps your momentum up for sure.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned that your coworkers are watching you. How do you deal with that? Because my coworkers are obviously watching me now, and they're like, "Oh, so what are you eating? And what do you do?" So it's a good thing because I do want to help other people. But sometimes, do I feel sometimes like, okay, I don't want to be watched? How do you deal with that? With the pressure, does it push you more, or does it make you kind of like, you ain't got to see everything I do? You know what I mean?
Well, it pushes me more because those days when I want to have a cheeseburger at my desk, somebody is going to say something. Somebody's going to look at me sideways like, are you really going to eat that? And so it's like, but I do eat off program occasionally. But when I do, I make sure that's the best damn cheeseburger I've ever had in my life. Make the cheat worth it.
Yeah.
Like if I feel like I really want some tiramisu, because that's like my favorite dessert ever, I get in my car, or first I think about it. It's like, do I want this tiramisu enough to drive all the way down to Hollywood to get it? And if it's on that level where I really, really want it, then I'll get in my car, I'll drive the 30 minutes down to Hollywood, and I'll get this little single serving tiramisu that's this small, and I'll pay an exorbitant amount of money for it. But, you know, it's worth the cheat. And then I know, hey, I'm gonna have to be in the gym tomorrow to burn this off.
So speaking about food, Hannah, on the nutrition part of it, that's been a little bit a concern, I think, for all of us, like after the show ends and you talk about the accountability, once everything's gone and you're not really checking in daily with everyone, like, do you notice you're still prepping your food, you're following, like being disciplined with your food and your eating?
I try to be. Sunday through Thursday, I eat like I'm a vegetarian. Like, yeah, basically. Sunday through Thursday, I eat a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables. Well, not a lot of fruit, but, you know, I eat fruit, vegetables. I eat grains, but not a whole lot. And I eat fish, occasionally chicken, but I keep it to that throughout the week. And I usually make all of my food on Sunday night. I put it in little containers, and then I just take it to work with me. But Friday and Saturday, I don't necessarily follow a program Friday or Saturday. I mean, of course, there's balance there. If you know you're gonna be having a couple of drinks on a Friday night, you know, don't be eating crazy Friday morning and Friday afternoon and Friday evening, you know. So there's balance there that you have to find with your body. But for the most part, I do try to stay focused on my goal, because you know, no cheeseburger has ever made me feel as good as a size 6.
Amen, sister.
And you know, ladies, when you create a good foundation, you lose the weight, you gain some really good quality muscle, you can have a glass of wine and you can have fun and you can go to a wedding and not feel like you got to pull out your stash of food to actually eat what they gave you, because that's awful.
Yeah.
I've tried it before. So, I mean, you can feel good of knowing, at least I hope, that you're being set up for future success, so you're not, every time you have something or a little indulgence, you're not going to backslide really far. But you have to maintain the momentum moving forward and continue to eat clean like 90% of the time, as much as you can, and then you can have those, but it's not days of those, it's just a moment or a meal, you know, that kind of thing. So I think y'all get it, though. I have confidence in that. Any other questions? All right, you know what this means then? It means we gotta run. Are you sure there's no more questions?
I know, right?